is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Backline Podcast. As you guys know, I am Chief Redbeard, or Billy, and as we've seen recently, I am joined alongside my very good friend Nico, who is the co-host of the channel, and today we have a special one for you. So, probably well before the inception of this podcast, one of my things that I wanted to do was really get into talking to people of bands. As you can tell on the channel, we love gear, we love talking about music, and for this one, as you can tell probably by the title of it, we have the band Alukah in. I'm sorry, it's Alukah apparently. I'm not sure what it is, but at this point, we do have that band in, and we were really excited about getting these guys in. They are some of our closest friends that at least one of them, if not a couple of them, have played in bands of ours before, meaning mine and Nico. Mainly RJ, the vocalist of Alukah, and basically we had them in. We had RJ, who does vocals, of course. We had Dave, who plays guitar, and we had Tim, their newest bass player. And we got a lot of time to sit down and really talk with them, and it was a really fun show. It was something very different. Just keep in mind the audio is a little weird just because it was kind of our first time having a lot of people in this room. And so there was a lot of different editing that we kind of had to do to kind of make it work, but did kind of the best we could. Apologize if there are any weird audio issues up front, but basically we had a really good time, and I couldn't have asked for a better episode for the first time having a band in. The guys are super cool, super informative, answer a ton of questions, and yeah, I mean, it went off like no other. So other than that, appreciate you guys listening. So this will be technically episode 18, I believe. Pretty sure. No, this will be 17. My apologies. I'm getting ahead of myself. So this will be episode 17. We're back, as you guys could see. So last week we had episode 16 coming back on the channel. So this still will be the weekly thing, Wednesdays at 6 a.m. on all platforms, not just YouTube, but Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, any bands, maybe especially in the local area that we might be able to get in contact with now, please leave it in the comments down below. We will do our best to do so. Obviously, things are a little different with COVID right now. So some people may not be willing to kind of do that, which is completely understandable. We are also, kind of working to make sure we maintain our distance and be as safe as possible so we can continue doing this for you guys, keep pumping out the episodes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If there's anything else you guys want to see, let us know in the comments below. Thanks again so much for watching this or listening, however you're doing it, and enjoy this really awesome and special show. Backline candles, dude. What's up?
Backline candles.
Backline candles.
What's going to go on it, though, logo-wise? How are you supposed to sell those? It has to be a clever name of a scent,
Would you guys be mad if Will Bob moved down to Georgia and started a podcast called the Frontline Podcast? That was just dedicated to valor and our troops and military.
And it's just him shitting on us, though.
Yeah, he's talking about how bad he had it here.
God,
Yeah.
I fucking hated recording with those fucking guys.
Should have seen it, Chief Redbeard. And
he was so red and he was so brown.
And Nico, I can't deal with him anymore.
Fucking crazy. All right, so who are we sitting here with today? Who are you guys?
I'm David, and I play guitar for Alukah.
My name's Tim. I play bass for Alukah.
And I'm RJ, and I yell for Alukah.
Tight. So I have asked you guys 100 times. Now I've been to enough shows that I think I've got it, but I still will never say it right. So it is Alukah. Is that the final story? It's Alukah.
That is the final story.
Because even you on stage have been known to be like, yeah, just call us whatever the fuck you want.
Alukah.
Alukah. So that's what I say. I say Alukah.
That's how I used to call it too.
But that's because I had never heard the name. I just, RJ's like, hey, check out my new band. I was like, oh, tight, Alukah, whatever the fuck that means. So what does it mean?
You want to go, Dave? You want to tell him?
So it's actually a horse leech in Hebrew.
A horse leech?
Yeah, and the way it was actually named was our old bassist, Chris. He is big into anime, and I believe it's Hunter x Hunter.
Yes,
but it's the little girl that like uses her mind as like warfare.
Okay.
Yeah, she has like a demon living inside her from like the dark continent. It's like really cool, but like it takes like 300 to 400 episodes to get to that.
You should
300 to 400 episodes?
So when you say horse leech, are we talking about a literal like horse leech? Like it's a special leech for a horse?
Yeah,
Like a leech that attaches to you?
Yeah, it's
What does
just
that have to do with something in your mind? An anime. I'm confused now. I'm sorry.
Well, these are two different meanings.
Oh,
I'm just saying what it.
that's how you came up with it. Okay,
Yeah, the
gotcha.
literal meaning is
horse leech,
Yeah,
but what you guys, so those are fun. Explaining what the band name actually means.
So if we want to sound like super
For
hardcore,
you.
we'll be like, yeah, it's fucking like leech, bloodletting, so sick.
But it's also from Hunter x Hunter.
But really,
Yeah.
it's a little girl.
when we're shopping Hot Topic, we tell everybody it's a girl from Hunter x Hunter.
Nice.
That's dual purpose though, because you get the hardcore kids
Yeah,
and then you
dude.
get the
Yeah.
anime kids.
Yeah.
You just gotta read them. Hopefully
Yeah.
they get some other questions before they ask you that. Like, hey, what does that mean? Get some other questions like, oh, okay, this guy's hardcore, so we're gonna tell him what's up. Or it's a 12-year-old girl that listens to your band for some reason.
And Tim's new.
Tim is new, so I'm familiar with Dave and RJ, of course. RJ, we've talked about it before on the show. RJ was actually the vocalist of mine and Nico's band.
Is my band.
It was, yeah, that's true. I was just a bass player.
Aruba Bella.
Aruba Bella. I almost said, I thought about it earlier today. I was like, I think I'm going to call him Alukah Bella.
Alukah Bella.
Alukah Bella. Because I think I went out and I was grabbing some sodas and beer and shit earlier, and I was like, I was like, all right, how are we going to do this? And I'm like, all right, I'll introduce them. Like, here's Arabella. I was like, wait a second, that's not the fucking band. Like, that's far from the band. So, yeah, so I was like, fuck it, we'll combine them. But, yeah, so, Tim, you're new,
Yes.
and you play bass.
That's correct.
Okay, how's that?
It's pretty fun, man. I dig playing bass. I play guitar too, so like I have the best of both worlds, but like bass is just as fun, I find.
Wow, good for you, because I did not find it very fun at all when I
You
played
didn't like
bass.
that? You didn't like playing bass for us?
I like playing bass for you guys, and that's about it. Other than that, my bass really, I'll record a song in here, and by a song, I mean like a minute of bullshit, and then completely forget that there's supposed to be bass involved too. I'll program some drums, I'll get layered guitars. I'm like, oh yeah, there is another instrument that's supposed to go here, because I'll never do vocals.
What was the worst part about playing bass in Arabella?
I was terrible, and you guys are way better than me, so it was tough to keep up.
I like the answer though. I did. Yeah.
So Nico and I have
honest.
talked
I
about
agree.
it recently. I remember times where, we had everybody in the band except for RJ smoked. Literally everybody. So we would go out for smoke
Crack.
breaks, but there
Crack.
were a lot of times that Nico and I would have to stay behind. Poor Nico, who wanted to smoke, so did I, because I couldn't get a breakdown or something, and we would have to go over and over and over. And I still wouldn't get. I'm just like, dude, I don't fucking know. I play bass. Just like
Make it
you're
up.
not gonna hear it anyways. Like, what's the fuck? Like, come on, just let me fucking
Just
go.
hit the string. Just
They're like, no, you're gonna get this shit.
Do you guys have someone who like writes and then shows everybody, or does everybody collab, or like how's that process?
Honestly, like the way it usually goes is Dante and I both just come up with stuff. Like some songs will be heavily Dante influenced, and some songs will be me influenced. But at the same time, like it's also cool playing with Dante, just because like he can see like how songs will kind of shape and morph, and we'll help each other change riffs and whatnot. So it's a pretty group effort. These guys also have good input too, and then it just kind of goes from there. Like everybody really puts something forward into it.
We weren't like that. It was all Nico and Chris. And occasional bantering from RJ.
But that is a breath of fresh air, because you have so many. Because
Yeah.
now everyone can write everything in their fucking basement, and
Sure.
you have everybody just like, this is how it's played. Play it.
And I think that's why it's so cool with us though, because like you really can't put us in a box. Like, yeah, we may be death metal, but like we have so many different influences. Like Dante's definitely more like death metal, and like even though I have some influence like Revocation, but like I've also listened to like the core aspect of music too that I kind of brought to it, and I've always been like the 80s style guitar solos, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like we kind of mesh together really well. You get a little bit of everything with us.
Well, thanks for clearing up your shirt, because I've been trying to read it for about 30 minutes. So that's awesome. Revocation.
It looks like it's almost like tree death metal writing with Metallica. Like the end of this, actually both ends are like Metallica, it looks like.
That's kind of perfect because that's how I would describe their sound. They're like kind of thrashy, but also kind of death metal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you started talking actually about one of our questions, so we might as well knock it out. I mean, you guys can go around if you have different ones, but there was a two-parter in there. What are your influences, and then as well as what is your genre? What do you guys, if you had to say this is what we are, what is it?
Go ahead, Dave.
Now!
Now! Answer now!
I would say like if you were to put us in like a bracket, just say death metal.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we can fit with any bands, including hardcore kids. We just we have 2 steps in some of our music. We have, your death metal guitar solos, and we have our groove like that you'll get from like progressive music sometimes, and like deathcore, and we're also very heavy too. Almost like some of our songs even have like a blackened sound to it, which is pretty neat. Like we really do hit like just about everything.
I think it's good to do that, and I've liked. I wish I could. I don't have the talent, but that would be the kind of band I would want to be in. I don't want to be held down to one genre because I like a lot of different things, and I bring those influences in if I can. That's what I'll try to bring in. I like. Lately I'm just an old dad now. Before you guys walked in, if you could see, I've got yacht rock up here, and it's just old 80s tunes, dude. I fucking love it. That's how I did this whole room. I was just like, I'm gonna throw it on yacht rock, and I'm just gonna chill out and.
Where's your Hawaiian button up, man?
I need to get one.
It's like
I don't have one.
Jimmy Buffett music.
Yeah, I mean, it's like old 80s stuff. So like, shit, I can't think of any of the damn songs that's on there.
Jimmy Buffett, his whole discography.
You guys want to?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like the song, but
So
you
got
forget
like the Ice
it.
Age soundtrack on there?
Yeah.
Sick. The Frozen soundtrack.
But no, it's good stuff. But yeah, that's so I like to pull everything in, but that is cool. That's
honestly, it's
but
good.
death metal is what you guys are.
Yeah, and honestly, just because of like just being metal, it's nice to get the widest range audience that you really can. For especially
Branch out to everybody. Yeah, cater to everybody if that's what you want to do. That's your artistic style. But you guys,
It's just what
you guys
happens.
definitely have a sound about you. I feel like so that's a good thing. You do have your own kind of unique-ish sound.
We're gonna
but
do
that's
an
probably what
album
it is.
review. You're fucking
Oh,
come on,
yeah,
man.
yeah, my
Their
bad,
first
my bad.
effort.
We're not doing that. So real quick, before we get too far, just in case somebody doesn't want to go too far in for some reason, where can everybody find you guys? We want to do that up front. I meant to do that a little earlier, but where can they find you? Plug yourself right now. I know you got a show coming up, hopefully, in the next couple months. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let it all out now, so that way if somebody gets at least this far, they can find out now.
Yeah, RJ, since Tim talks too much.
That's me. That's me.
Facebook.com/AlukahMD.
Can you
Follow
spell
us.
that? Sorry.
ALUKAH_MD.
MD, yeah.
Is it underscore?
I
Yeah.
think Twitter's the same too.
We'll throw your Facebook in the description as well. So.
Follow us on Instagram at Alukah Official. You can email us at alukah.band@gmail. I think that's the only
I
ones
think
know.
Twitter's the same as Facebook too.
Twitter's same
So
as
we got
Facebook.
Twitter.
That's about it though. We don't.
Shows.
Oh, yeah. Tim, tell them about the show. September.
So we've got a show in September at Cafe 611. Fingers crossed it's going down.
Where's Cafe 611?
It's in Frederick, Maryland.
I'm just
For the audience.
Ironically,
for the audience.
For the audience.
that's the venue I met these guys at 'cause we were both opening for Whitechapel. So,
It's very serendipitous.
I was at that show.
Nice.
yeah.
That's when Jose was still your drummer, right? Yep.
Yes. Yes.
And what's
And
that's
I
it.
judged the fuck out of him, and he was so mad about it.
What's the last album called again?
Descending.
Okay.
That's the most recent one.
No, Descending is the
Descending.
newest album.
So the last one though, you talked about you guys writing collectively, or maybe somebody will do this, somebody will do that. My favorite song on the last album, you actually wrote, which was
Really? What song was that?
Surprising Swarms. Yeah.
Oh,
It's very, so that's the whole pulling in these genres. There was 3 different like types of bands in there. Like it was started out kind of like very BT Bammy, and then it like took off into like maybe a core or something. It's been a while since I listened, but the BT Bam like beginning of that is what kind of drew me into that. And then it's just heavy as fuck from there on out. So
How do you
It's
know
tight.
he wrote it?
I asked him before.
Oh, okay.
I asked him at, I think it was that CD release show that I asked you.
yeah.
I thought you guys were like claiming songs on the CD case. I wrote this.
Me. I wrote this
My
song.
sticker on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get into the newer album a little later. If you're familiar with the show, we do an album review, so you guys are up. So you guys have talked a little bit about, you met them at Cafe 611. How did you guys start? Where did all that come from? Because even being pretty close with RJ, or as close as I guess you can get with everybody being busy, I still really don't have any idea how the fuck you guys even found each other or how any of that worked out.
So I think it starts with me. I was in another band, and we just were having issues. creative differences.
No way.
I think we were all, yeah, right.
That's pretty rare.
That never happens.
Honestly, we were all just growing in different directions. You know, I wanted to be more tech. He wanted to be more core. And, you know, we're still all good friends and everything. And then I ended up just, honestly, I almost gave up on music because it's so hard to find people nowadays. Like, you find everybody that wants to be in a band, but nobody ever wants to do any work. And then I remember we actually were auditioning vocalists to be in that last band, and RJ was actually one of them. There was 2 vocalists I personally wanted to work with in our area, and RJ was one of them. He came by, and then it just happened to be we just kind of fizzled out. And then I saw him on Facebook because we were friends at the time, and I saw that he was doing the same thing, and he had a drummer already. So, and then yeah, just one thing led to another, and yeah.
Yeah, I picked him and Chris out of their old band, and I was still jamming with Jose. And then Jose brought Dante in, so we were a 5-piece. Started playing, and once we just playing shows and stuff like that, we just kept playing, and we just kind of parted ways with Jose about a year or so in. It was pretty early
After the first record,
yeah,
the first EP,
and so we did that. So we parted ways with Jose, but literally, we talk about it sometimes. The same day that we parted ways with Jose, Danny, who you know, our drummer Danny now, he was upstairs practicing with Wade in his old band.
Okay.
And I think that was pretty much the same day that they disbanded. So it was pretty much a text. I went, hey, dude, I know you're in this band, like, but do you want to, like, drum, like, for us? We're trying to be heavier. And he just basically came downstairs with his drum kit and was like, yeah, I'm ready now. It's cool.
Also, to be fair, I mean, we're all friends. We're all in the same center and everything. So, like, we all knew each other. We were friends. And, like, occasionally he'll come down and just kind of mess around and drum with us. So, just by, like, random goofball practice sessions, we already knew, like, he kind of fit. And you could tell he was into it, too. It just fit.
When Arabella was basically done, did he ever play with us when we were trying, like, that one of those, like, bands that we were trying out? I know we had the dude Steve playing with us at one point.
We had Steve. We had Adam come through. Then Dave.
Adam. Adam. Who the fuck is Adam?
I don't think it matters really.
Anyways, but I thought we had played with him at some point, so I feel like you, at least, other than the On Wings of Hope stuff with Wade.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably had heard him before, at least with you.
Yeah, and I knew what he kind of wanted to do. And then when I told him, hey, we're looking for a drummer that's pretty much like, we want to go like the death metal route, he was like, yeah, I want to do that. So
He is the craziest person I think I've ever, like, kind of dealt with on the music side, because all he listens to is old Metallica and Rush, but plays, like, the death metal stuff.
That's it.
That's interesting.
That's literally it.
You might have a few Pantera songs in there, but that's literally it.
He is super into that stuff. I think he's even got, like, a Rush tattoo and shit too, right?
He's making a sleeve of it.
Oh my
He's
God.
got Metallica in there too.
Yeah.
And also,
I know he cried when Neil Peart died. A lot of people did, but I bet he was heartbroken.
whenever we're on the road and he gets the aux cable,
We're going to the
we hear
East.
a whole Metallica soundtrack every time.
Live in Seattle. All day.
It's so crazy. I mean, he's good. I mean, I've seen him since a kid. I've known him, since he, probably 4 years or 5 years after he started drumming. He started drumming very young. And my old drummer from my old band, Travis, actually kind of helped him. And then one day Travis was like, why did you ask me for help? Like,
just
you're
doesn't
way
get
better
tired.
than me.
He just
like,
doesn't
what
get
is
tired.
this? No. And he's, like, small, so he's probably just like a child. He's just got this energy just built up and, like, just keeps going.
We had our first practice back, last week? And I don't know if y'all noticed it, but, we don't really play to a click. But, like, I don't know if it's just because we were rusty because we hadn't practiced in months, but I was like, dude, we're playing these songs, like, 20 to 30 BPMs faster. It just felt like we were all...
He was ready.
Dude, he was
a machine.
It felt like we were just on coke or something, just
That's awesome.
going the whole time.
Dude, when we were recording up in Montreal, he tracked all of the drums in, like, one day.
Yeah, just about. He was one-tracking songs on
that
those.
entire album.
Yeah.
10 songs in one day.
Also, our last album, Defining Torment, he one-tracked, like, majority of that album, too.
Yeah, Danny don't play around, man. Like, especially when we went to Canada with Christian Donaldson for this one, like, that's a big name. So he didn't, like, Danny has, like, that standard. So he's like, I'm not fucking around. I'm not gonna, like, go in there and, like, bullshit you. So he literally went in, and Christian was like, all right, we got our tones for his drums and stuff like that. That took, like, a whole day. then literally the next morning, I mean, he started tracking. We started tracking at like 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was 11 most days. By like 7 o'clock that night, he had all 10 songs done.
Wow. That's crazy.
He didn't take many breaks either.
No, he wanted to just grind it out anyway.
In fact, the only one who really wanted to really take a break was Christian, just to kind of go out and get some stuff. Danny just wanted to get it over with.
But then he was bored out of his mind because for the next week, he was just playing.
He's done.
Yeah, he was just sitting there watching us.
I had a question. This is kind of a lame question, but I feel like it needs to be asked. Worst show, best show that like stands out? Because I know you guys have been playing a shitload of shows since you guys have been together. So you have enough, like, what stands out as like, this was the best show because of X, Y, and Z. This was the fucking worst. And then something that's maybe a little unique about a show, like that was weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably a little bit something different for each of us, really.
Yeah.
You'll round
Because
robin.
like I'd say my favorite show that we played was kind of unexpected. We opened up for I See Stars in Richmond, and even the
shit.
promoter didn't know how that was going to go.
That's awesome.
And we actually had all of so like obviously I See Stars, a bunch of girls and stuff there brought their boyfriends,
Hell
and
yeah.
all of their boyfriends came up and like thanked us. They were like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a
Thank
heavy
God.
band here.
Thank God I got some sort of
I
relief
just
from
came
this.
because of her."
Yeah.
It's like, it's not quite as bad, but it's almost like seeing Ed Sheeran and then like, you know, at least Metallica or somebody's there like, oh, that was tight. Thank God you
No,
saved
that's
my
awesome.
night.
And then you stand out so much more.
Oh,
to
yeah,
those
yeah, sure.
guys.
Yeah.
And then, that's
They,
fantastic.
they were honestly super cool too. They came up and talked to us afterwards,
Fuck yeah.
and they liked it. You know, I mean, and I'd have to say our worst show. I can't really put out like a really worst show. I don't want to mention the name and location at all, but occasionally you'll come into like areas that are very cliquey. You could tell that they're there for just their specific friend's band, and you know, stand outside and
Now we're
stuff.
calling him out, Dave. Do it. You call him
I
out.
know exactly what you're referencing, but I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. I don't want to be that guy, but
enough.
occasionally, I mean, it's rare, but it happens.
You get those show clicks where people just come out for their local band buddies, and then they're like,
Look at the country. Is this U.S. or Canada?
U.S.
US.
Canada's always awesome.
Yeah, that's.
Man.
I feel like you guys have said that.
That's what I hear.
Canada's
Yeah. Is a different-
always awesome. Everybody up there is just super nice, plenty like wonderful to deal with. They're about it. That's honestly a very good show too, because we're not used to that. Like in the U.S., we don't like no shade on any promoters or anything. Like we have a lot of good friends that do it, but it was our first experience playing a festival up there. Well, our first festival in Canada, to where like the promoters and people running the show actually push people to go watch bands, like physically be like, go upstairs.
he
This band's
closed the
sick.
door on him and was like,
Yeah, he was like, y'all aren't going outside. Like, get out there and watch that band, like forcefully. And I was like,
That's the
dude,
promoter?
this is this is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen it once or twice before. It's definitely rare in the States for sure.
like I respect that a lot
For sure,
you know?
dude. No, that's his show. Like he needs, to get the.
It's like you paid money to
complacency
come
out of
see
there.
bands. Like go see the bands.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't
you know,
just
that's what it's
stand
for.
outside and
It's not like you're stuck
really
there for
weird.
3 days. You're there, you know, even if it's a 2-day thing, you're gonna watch, go home,
Yeah.
come back, watch some more. You
So
know,
every time we play up there, it's always just like full room every time we get up on stage. Like we have people watching our sound check easy. It's great.
So, best show I've ever played was probably Denver on the last tour with Waking the Cadaver. I just thought that was a really cool city. I'd never been there before, so that I had that going in, and just the show was sick, man.
that was the Roxy Theater, right?
Yeah.
So that was a good time. Worst show, I'm probably gonna go with the same thing Dave was alluding to, because I had family there, and that was like, of course, it's like the one show I have family come out to see. It's like no one's watching us, so it was just really funny. I'm just like, hey, Uncle Matt,
That's a
sorry you
fucking
didn't see
nightmare.
anyone.
Oh my god.
try driving to New Jersey and losing.
I'd also like to point out something really cool that did happen from that show, though, is the people that were out there watching, the people that weren't closed-minded actually watched us and followed us to the next show, too.
Oh,
And they actually
the night
really
after?
dug us.
That was
Yeah,
actually
we had
sick.
probably 7 people that were there watching and, like, all went to the next show because they were like, dude, this band is dope.
That's
like,
sick.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
they came there to see us, which I thought was tight.
Yeah, man. Weirdest show. I don't know if I've had a really weird show yet. I'm still kind of new, so I'm sure there's much chaos to happen in the future, but who knows, man?
Yeah. Best show was probably in Canada when we did Guelph Death Fest. We were there for the second time, and we were one of the headliners. But we were playing. The venue got closed down. We were playing a venue, and like last minute it closed down. So they contacted us while we're on our way up there, and was like, "Hey, you guys are playing at another show called Red Papaya." And we went, okay. So we get there, and it's like a strip mall kind of thing. It's like a mall kind of thing.
But
and
indoors?
But it's indoors, and we go in, and it's a Thai restaurant. A full-on, like family.
This is the weird show, right?
This is the sick show.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So we get in there, and we're like, so where's the... Because it's, I mean, there's no place meant to be for this, like, this show. And Beyond Creation is on the bill, and, like, all these, like, huge, like, bands. We're like, where is this happening? Because there's like 12 bands on this bill, and this is like a small Thai restaurant. And we go up to like one of the owners, and we're like, hey, like, is there a show happening? She's like, yeah, they're coming in soon. We're like, cool. All right, well, we'll give it a few minutes. And sure enough, they started bringing stuff in. And when we went on, I mean, you can find the footage of it because someone got a video of it. There's like 300 kids in this Thai restaurant. Just
Holy shit.
And you got everybody shopping,
like-
just watching it. Like
shopping yeah, it's ridiculous. And we're like playing, and if you look, you couldn't probably see it because the way the camera is on the video that is of this show, like it's just this packed house of people in a Thai restaurant just killing each other. And then where we were at, if we look to the left, you can see out in the strip mall people with like shopping bags, just like, what's going on in here? Just like that shit, man.
12 bands, though?
It was something ridiculous like that.
Was this a tour, or was
and
this
it
just
was
a
two
one-off show?
stages. I actually think it was like two tours that
It
kind
was
of
two tours that combined
honestly.
it. Yeah, and then
All at the Thai restaurant.
And then we played Death Fest the previous year, and we got recommended back because so many people were digging us. So they said, hey, if you come back up here. So we drove from Maryland to fucking Guelph, Canada.
Jeez.
And so we did that.
blast.
It was cool, though.
No regrets.
But the worst show, though, dude, there's a ton of them. And mainly, like, I don't know. We had a couple of them that just sucked with turnouts and stuff like that. A lot of them were like with you dudes because we'd get like hammered drunk and we'd get like fucked up and like I couldn't play or like what was the one we played? I remember the School of Cock or the House of Cock that we played in Baltimore.
Is that what was it actually called? Because I said that recently on a podcast. Was it House of Cock?
It was the House of Rock.
House of Rock. Okay.
House of Rock.
How long ago is this?
Yeah, this was like a whole different.
That was years ago.
I don't remember playing any
About
cock
a year,
houses.
about a year before we broke up.
Yeah.
At least that's when we played. You
Yeah.
guys played there too?
No, we didn't.
No, okay, you're talking about.
I'm
That's why
just
we're
curious because
confused.
like I'm from Baltimore, so I'm just wondering like where was this?
It was like
you got any cock
backstreet
houses?
Baltimore. I mean, it was a kind of a cool looking venue, but it was miserable all at the same time.
The other one was when we got started, when we were kind of starting out still. We had Jose and whatever. I don't give a shit. We were playing Angels Rock Bar, and we were trying to play Paralysis. And
Oh yeah.
we couldn't hear shit through our monitors, so we had to stop the song midway through.
I think
man.
everybody's got those type
And
of horror.
everyone was just...
Never.
Yeah.
I don't remember ever doing
And
that.
everyone was like, whoop, whoop.
You're supposed to lie and make us feel better about ourselves.
Yeah, it was a dead...
They did the
sympathy clap,
It's
yeah.
nothing worse.
That,
Walk off stage.
dude, anytime we played like... Do you remember Rogers in Virginia Beach?
No.
No?
I never made it to Virginia. We almost went once, and we broke down. If you
That
guys
is
remember
true.
that.
That is true. We got over the bridge and then we
Yep.
broke down.
Yep. We were done.
New Jersey
Found a
side.
giant cigarette, though.
I remember the photos.
Oh, no,
of that.
it was like some kind of like
It was just a piece of
street
plastic.
pole,
It's like
but it looked like a
PVC.
giant cigarette. Like it had the colored tip.
That's
and
how
then,
old we
like,
were.
like
We thought that was funny. You know?
Look at the cigarette we got. What was it?
We were 15. Whatever.
Yeah,
No,
15,
we
it
weren't
was cool.
15.
And then what's it? We had what's another one that was kind of shitty? Yeah, we drove. Was it? Yeah, when we drove to New Jersey the one time.
Yeah, we lost.
we lost that one. We did, but we drove to another we didn't. We
I
drove.
didn't do another New Jersey. I think you guys did Atlantic City one time.
We did Atlantic City,
Yeah.
and we drove all the way up there. Remember that? And it was just like, yeah, and no one was there, and the
That
promoter.
was before I was in the band.
Two kids.
The promoter didn't show up. The bartender was like out of sympathy, like giving us like $60. It was like,
Weren't
dude,
we the only band?
it was, yeah, because they had,
I didn't
it
think
was supposed
about
to be this festival thing. We get there and they're like, what festival?
Yikes.
Yeah.
You guys haven't ran into anything like that though for this band, right?
no.
That's good.
Thank
No.
God.
Luckily.
Thank
We
God.
have good management. Shout out to Chris at CB. He makes sure, and Joey
Yes.
at
Artery.
Art,
Or
what is that?
no, they're
Artery now.
Yeah.
Well, Artery was the whatever. Joey is our booking agent. And
So really, the worst thing you guys deal with nowadays is like maybe an indifferent crowd.
yeah, pretty
That's
much.
frustrating to me.
It's not really an indifferent crowd. It's more just closed-minded people that don't give a chance, you know?
Yeah,
I mean, you know, playing in a metal band, like you kind of feed off. Like if you got somebody at least head bobbing, I mean, it helps a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's when you don't get that even at shows, it kind of sucks.
So I had another really bad question, but I'm glad we have three of you guys because it'll work. Fuck, marry, kill.
Out of
Think about it, guys.
if I have to fuck myself,
Yeah, so that's the thing. Do I kill myself? Do I fuck myself?
There's fucking
Yeah, so
three.
we actually needed like 4 at least.
that's fine.
Let's include Danny. We've talked about him a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dante.
So out of the band members,
Yeah.
we just
Yeah,
do
fuck it, out of the whole
we do-
band. Yeah,
we do the
why
band
not?
members. All right, go ahead.
Don't think about it too
Go
much.
ahead, Dave. Fuck, marry, kill.
You were already
Come on.
talking.
Fuck, Mary, kill.
Fuck, marry, kill. I'd fuck Tim. I'd marry Dave because he's wholesome. I'd kill myself because I don't want to.
I don't want to kill a band member.
I don't want to kill anybody else.
That's fucked up, man.
Tim, go ahead.
Okay, probably fuck myself and marry Dave, and I
Dude, I'm marriage
kill Danny.
material.
Yeah, you're marriage material, dude.
Very proud of that.
Dave.
Who are you killing?
I'd kill Danny.
Okay.
What's funny is
There's beef.
I'm surprised I don't just marry RJ because we had the same answers.
Oh, the same ones?
Yeah, we'd both fucked him.
You'd marry yourself?
I would marry you,
No.
and then I would probably kill myself.
The way you just said that was just like,
Everyone's so
I
selfless.
killed myself.
I would probably kill myself.
Black my wrist.
Nico came up with another weird question, so it's funny because we.
Who would you fuck, marry, kill out of our old band?
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, kill Chris.
Why? Why would you kill Chris? He's nice.
What's wrong with him?
What's wrong with him? Now you have to give a reason why.
Because
Why would-
fuck Chris.
Dang.
Because he never answers the fucking phone.
Here
So
we
fuck
go.
him.
Here we go.
You got me started, man. We're not gonna go to that. I'm gonna kill Chris. I'm gonna fuck Dave. He looks like a good time.
He's small.
He's pretty small.
Yeah, and he's small. I could probably handle him.
You go for hours,
Yeah.
too.
It's a machine, dude.
And I'd probably marry Nico. I mean, we've been getting pretty close lately, so
We do get along.
we do.
We
do
get
get
along
along.
even when we're arguing.
And,
so.
and then we do argue like a married couple would. So it's actually really funny. So
And we don't bring it up later like
Yeah.
some people.
Dude, that's honestly pretty cute.
yeah.
We don't hold any bitter tension or nothing.
No, we're pretty
What
good.
was your fucking question?
It's your turn.
Marry, kill,
fuck.
fuck.
Marry, kill.
Oh,
old
is it
band.
me? Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old band.
Who's in? Are we including Tommy?
Oh, we could.
Why not?
We include
I wasn't in a
fucking-
band with Tommy. You can.
Stack the deck.
Stack the deck higher.
I would
Do you want to
say-
do one of those with him?
What? I'm trying to. Jesus. I'd probably. Who do I get along? I'm thinking about this way too hard. I would marry you.
Okay. Tight.
I'd fuck Chris out of hate, and then I would kill. Wow, that's weird.
Let me help you out. Every fucking day.
Oh, who?
Dave. Ryan? Who the
Dave
fuck?
didn't.
Who
play
is
that.
Ryan?
Who the fuck is Ryan?
Ryan. Sorry.
Oh, I'm talking
In the
about
cover band.
Oh, you're talking about
yeah.
the cover band. Perfect. Yeah. Nico's in a cover band.
I don't remember anybody named Ryan.
No, because Dave would always play Bano, 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 Bano.
No, he would literally do the dun 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 dun.
Oh, he
right?
did do that.
Yeah.
Too.
Always. Every practice, like, anybody got any material? And Dave would be like, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Like, always.
He pushed this riff for 3 years.
Yeah.
Bano, 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 and he would pitch it like every 2 months, hoping we forgot that he pitched it 2
Wait,
months
guys,
ago.
check this one out.
We're like, David, we're never forgetting it. It's never happening. We can't figure out how to use it. It's crazy.
Again, only Chris and Nico really wrote the shit.
Here's this Fallout Boy riff again.
Yes.
No, but I thought you said you had a question. Am I losing my mind?
Yeah, so, Nico, are you guys Satanists?
Us?
People think we are though.
Exactly.
We've gotten comments and stuff like that.
Really?
What?
I hashtag.
I said it as a joke.
No, I
but yeah, go
hashtag
ahead.
devil music one time, and some lady on Facebook was like,
course.
"This will be the last time I listen to your music." because I cannot stand the devil worship.
Do you know the approximate age of this lady?
Boomer kind of range.
Why the fuck was she listening to your shit to begin with?
Dude, you should have seen the shit we got on the recent video. They do not like.
Oh my god.
We
So we accidentally set our age filter to include like people in their
60s.
late 40s to their 60s.
Oh, God.
So we just get like a bunch of what? Huh? What is this racket?
the
I
one,
like all of this, but your vocalist, it's trash.
the one guy was like, "I'm gonna address the elephant in the room. Kick out your lead singer. He sucks." Yeah, they
so
were brutal.
apparently we're firing RJ after this.
Yeah.
And,
That's crazy.
So thanks for making this my last podcast.
Give the people what they
appearance.
want, dude.
No
you know?
problem.
No
What the
problem.
fuck? That's so random. And that was your YouTube?
That was
Facebook.
well, it was Facebook, but it was our YouTube video that we
I got
had
it.
for
Okay. Wow, that's
What
crazy.
was that for?
Burning Momentum,
Burning
that
Momentum,
new
last video.
like the quarantine video we put out where we're all at our house.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen it once. I was trying to remember it, but yeah, that was actually pretty good.
It was cool.
I shouldn't be surprised that people online are like.
What? You're surprised
hating
people are
us.
mean online? Who'd have thought?
I knew, even though our sub count isn't crazy high, obviously, but I knew we made it when we got our first hate comment. I was like, "Fuck yes."
Yes, that's all.
I
it
was
is.
like, sick haters.
Sounds like a rite of
He's
passage.
like, he's like, just ignore it. Like, do this. And I'm like, no. I'm not mad that we got it. I'm actually excited. This means we're doing something right now.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage for sure.
It was one of those. It was one of those that was like, actually, you're wrong.
It
And I
wasn't
was
even
like,
a hate comment. The guy was correcting Billy's
He was.
bullshit. That's all. And he wasn't even mean about it. But Billy's like, yeah, dude, we fucking made it, dude. We got a hater.
it's a hate
I'm
comment,
like, he
dude.
just disagrees with what you're
There was
saying.
a guy who was like, actually, this is just kind of like what I think maybe you're wrong, maybe, but
I was
here.
I was
Alright,
basically
hater,
talking
whatever,
shit.
dude.
Yeah,
I was
whatever,
basically
hater.
talking shit. Not really even talking shit. Just more or less going over a story about some of the latest like Kiesel guitars shit that's going on. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but basically, short end of the story, guy orders a roasted maple neck. He does not get a roasted maple neck, and then
Jeff
Imagine.
flips
Jeff
out,
Kiesel
right?
flipped out on
He's
Instagram
also
Live.
ordered like guitars.
Like 30 fucking guitars. So, which are not cheap I mean, they're cheap for what they are because it is a semi-custom shop, but other than that, that's a lot of fucking money. I don't even have 30 guitars total, let alone 30 semi-custom shop guitars.
I've bought a few of them.
Yeah.
Is this interesting to you?
Yes.
I'm just asking because like every time he talks about this stuff, I'm just
I'm
like,
a Kiesel
wow.
guy.
I zone out.
Okay,
I
cool.
can't,
Okay,
I can't
cool.
play an
Thank God.
instrument, so.
Nico only knows about drums. He knows nothing else.
You're helping me learn.
Yes.
Dick.
I'm trying, but
About
you zone
drums?
out.
He
Yes.
he let me buy his interface and his microphone and stand and stuff, and I don't know. I'm finally diving into digital music.
Nice.
Finally, got the electric kit hooked up to the interface. Got Studio One, it works. Just slow rolling it because before that it was just acoustic shit. You know, I don't have microphones. I don't have room for this, so I can't do it. Now I'm like, it's 2020. Dude. Just get an electric kit.
It's time to step up.
So we got on a little bit of a subject there. I know you don't have much, but if you want, you can. What kind of gear are you guys using these days? And if you know about Danny's and Dante's, feel free to talk about
I
it.
can assure you, we don't know anything they play. Maybe Dave.
Every time I hear it, it's new to me. So, no. As far as gear, like when we're on the road, even though the last tour we really didn't, I like to just keep it really simple and use my Axe effects. But honestly, recently I've just been like really into pedals and just all kinds of wild stuff. I've been using my 5153 head and just classic pedal setup. Carbon copy delay. I use a Dispatch Master delay from Earthquake Devices.
Is that the Rick and Morty one?
No, that's actually. So they're a Canadian company, Eris Effects, and they came out with like this custom like Rick and Morty pedal called Portal Drive. So I use that, and it's like super sick.
You were the first one I ever heard about those from. I'm pretty sure. I never
So
really heard,
good.
but I've been seeing a lot. Like Drusiv.
Oh, yeah.
Is a big fan
It's a
of
smaller
Eris.
company, but they're really kind of
Okay.
growing.
They're good.
It's
They're
one
all,
guy that really
they're all
does it.
cool guys, too. Shout out to Gary from Aries Effects. He's the boy.
And Richard, I think he's the owner.
I have to check their stuff out for sure because I don't think I've even heard any of their stuff.
So good.
You
especially-
told me about
yeah.
one. I think you had like an overdrive or something.
Well, that's
one
the
point?
That's the Portal Drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
You had something before though. I'm almost certain. Am I wrong? Remember you telling me about them a while ago, but that it was not Rick and Morty though. It was like a black pedal. Is that right? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think
I'm wrong. Okay.
I think I wasn't really using an overdrive. No. It wasn't black. I used the TS9. I used a tube screamer instead.
Is the portal drive the only Aris effects? Is it
Yeah,
Aris,
that's
right?
the only
Aris or
effects.
Ares?
It's Aris.
Aris. That's the only pedal you have from them?
Yep.
How do I know that you introduced me to them then? Fuck it. I'm wrong. Go ahead. Anyways, so you got the pedal set up.
Yeah, I got the pedal set up, and we're I mean, that's kind of like what I've been just using. I just like that air push, and I only seem to really get that with like 5153s. And Dante is very straightforward. Like he just uses. I don't think he uses any overdrive or anything.
5150, and he's got.
Yeah, well, he's got
a-
He's got a 6505, I thought. Is it a 5150? Okay.
Yeah, and he's just basic NS2 noise suppressor.
He's got this thing that's black, and it's got a bunch of pedals on it. And what he does is he hits them with his feet when he wants to make noise.
I'm following.
And some of the pedals have words, and the words say what they are, and they have
Okay.
knobs on them.
Right.
And when he turns the knobs, it makes his guitar make weird noises and
Okay.
stuff. So he shout out to the noises and the creators of the stomp thing. Tim, what do you use?
I'm speaking my
So
language.
I have a 2006 Warwick Corvette. I run that through my Dark Glass V900 head. That's pretty much all I roll with. And I got an Ampeg cab.
Dark
Okay.
Glass is sick.
I didn't know they made heads.
Yeah, it came out. They come out in like the last couple years. I think it was like 3 years ago. They started making heads. But
Okay.
my buddy Eric, who was playing bass in Cranium on the Waking the Cadaver tour, let me use his, and I was like, dude, this is an incredible head. So
Their pedals are sick, so I imagine
yeah.
it would be.
yeah, so when I saw one online, RJ actually was like, hey Tim, buy this. My buddy's selling it. I was like, oh no way, only $600. So I picked it up.
Yeah, it sounds like a steal.
Yeah,
What so you're using the Warwick Corvette,
yeah.
and what are you playing nowadays? Are you still kind of mixed?
I have a million guitars,
Right.
And I play a little bit of everything. My main go-to is I've got like Kiesel guitars. I got a Vader custom. I usually take that on the road. I've got like a Majesty at home that I generally write with, and I also got recently my last favorite was I have a really nice Ibanez Premium that I've been using, and that's what I wrote a lot of the last record with for my parts. And yeah, I mean I got.
You're not using the Legator stuff anymore?
We didn't really use any 8-string material on the last album,
Okay.
so it's just been mainly 7s. That's just what like Dante and I. It was more of an experiment. So now I think we're just really comfortable in 7s. Like I know I am. It's just I don't know. It just feels most natural for me.
I think personally, and maybe you guys could be wrong, but like I think of a band like even a Muir nowadays. Like I don't really listen to them. I didn't before, but it's just that super down tune. Just like they took the whole open like pretty fucking seriously. Like this is our entire album, and it's kind of starting to, in my ears, it's starting to just get really fucking annoying. Like it was cool at first, and it's like, oh my god, it's so low, and now I'm just like, is there anything else you got on this album, or
Now
is
it's
this it?
improved
You know?
a lot since they got Josh Travis.
This is true.
But see, that's where I think you're wrong, at least in my opinion, because the most recent stuff I heard is with him, and I'm just like, I really thought he was going to make a big difference, and I'm not hearing it. Like, there's a little bit. It's just like, in my opinion,
talking about their last
I've
album
only,
that just
I've
came
only
out?
heard like a couple of songs, but I felt like it was just like bow wow, wow,
haven't even
wow,
listened
and
to
that's
it.
it. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? Is there anything else to this?
I totally get what you're saying, though. If you have that many strings, you should be taking advantage of your larger selection of notes.
I mean,
and
not everybody can be
writing sicker
Tosin
riffs.
Abasi or anything
Yeah.
like that, right? So it's unfortunate when somebody with 8-9 strings can do something like that. You try to replicate it, and you're just not going to because they're incredible. But yeah, I think 7 would be the max I go, but I'm pretty much stuck on 6s. Like I'm considering getting a 7 soon, but just to be able to get a little bit lower, but not quite that low.
What's your axe of choice, man?
So PRS is my favorite brand.
Here we go.
Good brand,
Nico loves it.
honestly.
So it's an ongoing joke on the channel that Nico kind of talks shit about him just
I got a
because
PRS too.
he's got a POS.
I made a
POS or a PRS?
it's a PRS POS.
I got
It's
a PS too.
I was really bored, and I just made a guitar from a shoebox with rubber bands. And
I
a
have
pipe
that
cleaner
same
at the top.
one.
No shit.
You ordered it from their custom shop?
Mine was one of two. You got the other one?
Yeah.
You got a Nike guitar?
It's exciting. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, PRS is my main go-to. And then I have just like a mixed bag of just old shit. Like one of my first guitars was a Fernandez. I think it's called a Vertigo. Could be wrong. Fernandez is pretty known to make some pretty ugly ass guitars. So to stick with that, I also have a Parker Fly. One of the cheaper copy ones. Adam D from Killswitch was big on them back in the day before like the comparison stuff. I've got a Fender Telecaster thin line, so it's got that full cutout in it. Got a PV copy of a Telecaster that's in pieces.
Why would it happen?
Is that it? Chris is what happened. So I've got guitars that I was supposed to get some help putting back together because I'm not good at that shit.
Thought he broke it or something.
No. It's on pieces like that.
No wonder you wanted to kill him earlier.
It's got the neck. It's got the neck and the body. I got to put all the parts back because it's actually got some pretty sick pickups with it. But I don't touch that. What else I have? So I've got the 3 PRSs. What else do I play? Is that it? No, I've got more shit. I don't fucking know.
I wish Danny was here.
Yeah, they're in the other room. They would be here, but I had Cab and Kemper and all that lined up. I had to move it. But
what do you play, RJ?
I have.
What is your rig?
My rig is a 6-string Les Paul PRS custom, and it's sick. It's
Bro, what kind of pickups you got in there, dude?
I have a Fernandez, Parker, Kiesel.
That's what I was gonna guess. Kiesel.
That's exactly what I have. It's custom shop. It's imported from Germany because that's where Kiesel's from.
Made in Microsoft Paint.
That's Germany.
Everyone knows that.
Billy.
Anybody's anything.
Dude, if you know anything about guitars, Billy, God. I don't mean to change the subject. Do you remember when we were in, because you're talking about
New Jersey?
the shoe, remember New Jersey? You said the shoebox. Do you remember we were in film school and we had to make an instrument and we used that shitty PVC pipe that we got from Dave at Home Depot? What? And all we did at this presentation was we held the notes. It didn't do anything. We just moved. We used our mouth to distinguish the notes, and we conned this whole class of kids that we had an actual flute. We were like, do, 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 with a PVC pipe that Dave had drilled for us at the Home Depot.
This guy's professional luthier.
The class was
they
like,
bought it.
Yeah, they bought it. The teacher didn't know. The teacher was like,
yeah,
you fucking conned the class. I give you a D. Yeah.
You technically bought it, so I mean, I can't give you an F, I guess.
Yeah, you actually tried, and
I forgot about
you legit thought you could convince me on a train coming here that you were going to convince me that this PVC pipe flute would work.
Holy shit, I totally forgot about that.
That's crazy. So
we're musicians.
Did you guys pass whatever this was?
I think we did. That was,
we passed.
Dude, we were like, that was almost 8-9 years ago. That was so long ago, though.
Fucking old. My sister's going to fucking UMBC Bailey.
God, we are getting old.
Yeah.
Damn. But yeah, the flute thing just reminded me when you said the shoebox. Dude, but yeah,
I totally forgot that.
For real, I used a Shure Beta SM, I think 58. I just used pig hog cables. They work really good. I have a standard. I don't know what kind of mixer I use, but I got PV, the tower speakers that we use. They run the mixer through at our practice space, and that's really all I use. So,
cool.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's not really.
Dante on guitars. What is he using now?
Got a Legator right now, right?
Yeah, he's messing around with a Legator that I gave him, and then he has ESP stuff, and I think he still has that other. Gosh, what are they called?
Did I see an Ibanez in the video you guys put out? The quarantine one? Was that an Ibanez?
Yeah, it was mine.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, that was my premium.
Gotcha.
Why am I forgetting the name of that guitar company? No.
No, Agile. Is he still rocking
Agile.
those?
Oh yeah, the white Agile.
I didn't mention them because they don't matter, but
Dang.
Are they even a company anymore?
I think they were bought. Weren't they bought?
I don't know.
Oh no, there's a shit ton of them on Reverb. I sold one.
Dude, there are like some
Just a
people
bunch
that
of-
swear by them though. Like apparently they'll have some good models. Just you know what
Apparently,
I mean?
it's like winning the lottery.
It's definitely that's pretty much what it is. It's half and half. I had one that wasn't bad. I think it was better before, but the guy I got it from him, his house literally fell on it. Is what he told me, but it was still playable. So I traded him a 6-string ESP EC1000 for that because I was like, oh, I want a 7-string, and then I played it and it was fine for a while, and then one day I was just like, I don't like the way this thing feels anymore, so I sold it.
His house fell on like the foundation, or was he like in a trailer?
I don't know. It's
Yeah, you're gonna have to explain that.
yeah, it's Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. He said his house fell on it.
Is that like a saying that you didn't?
No, it's Josh. It's Josh.
Man,
It's
you know
his-
my house fell.
Josh said
My house fell
you guys,
on my guitar.
I mean, you guys.
I know Josh. I just didn't. His house fell on his guitar.
He said his house fell on the guitar. I don't fucking know what happened. I think a tree fell in or something, and like pieces of
so
the house
tree,
fell.
the tree fell on the guitar.
No, I think it was tree house guitar. I don't know.
Cool.
You want to call him? I don't fucking know. All right, so we are ready for another edition of Album Review. And this one's a little more special, obviously, because we have the band here this time. So they get to hear how much we love or hate it or both. So I'm going to let you guys take it off. Let's go ahead and talk about the album, who did it. And then before we get into it, I'll have questions about who did it. And then we'll talk about it. You guys more than welcome. You guys want to start? Or you want us to start when we do that?
I mean, it's the most critically acclaimed, controversial piece of art
By
of
Disney.
2020.
So if you guys aren't aware or didn't listen earlier, they are a huge pop punk band around here. So they are up and coming. For fans of Newfound Glory, Day to Remember, a little bit of that. So
We just sing about pepperoni pizza and wanting to get out of our hometown.
absolutely. So yeah, go ahead and take it off. Somebody can introduce the album.
The album is called Descending. We just dropped that, last month? I don't even know the damn date it
It's
dropped.
like Nas.
Yeah, it dropped last month. It's on Stay Sick Records. We went to Quebec to go record with Christian Donaldson of Cryptopsy at his studio called The Grid. We stayed up there for a week, grinded that out. It's not said, but we broke the record for the fastest album ever recorded at The Grid because it took only
shit.
7 days to record this whole full-length album. And so we stayed basically in... he has a engineer with him that also does the mixing named Marco. Their big ass studio is connected to Marco's apartment with his girlfriend, and they were very polite enough to let us sleep in their studio and use their shower and fridge to eat. So we stayed there for a week with them. Christian would show up later, and we had a good time, man. We just slept there, and it was cool.
So you said he's part of Cryptopsy?
Yeah, Christian Donaldson is the guitarist for Cryptopsy.
I've never listened to them, so I have no idea. That's why I
dude,
almost fucked up the name.
Do yourself a favor, sir. Check out None So Vile.
Okay,
Yeah.
Great death metal album.
fair.
Might be our next album review, maybe.
There we go. Should that be the next album review? We're going to let you guys decide it. So if you guys think that's it, we'll do that.
I recommend it.
Okay.
None
All
so-
right, say it again one more time.
None So Vile.
None so.
None So Vile by Cryptopsy.
Cryptopsy, yeah.
Am I saying that weird? I feel like I'm saying that weird.
It's Crip.
Cryptopsy.
You say most things weird.
Sure. And this guy Christian, what else has he done? Has he done anything that maybe I've heard of?
He's done Despised Icon.
Okay.
Beneath the Massacre.
Beneath the Massacre.
Shadow of Intense, most recent album I think he mixed.
Yeah, he did Ingested.
Didn't know that was a band still.
The band called
Agonist.
The Agonist. He's doing a new. We're talking about it. The lead singer of Kitty. She's in a band called Car Chaos. They're recording up there now. He's done a bunch of tons of bands, man, mixing and mastering and stuff like that. I mean, he live tracks everything. We live tracked the whole album. Like I said, Danny knocked it out, all of his drums in a day, and then for the rest of the week we were just grinding out guitar tones and vocals and stuff like that. So, but he's very well known for like the deathcore, death metal stuff that he does. So yeah.
Awesome. So it sounds like you guys recorded with somebody that was good for you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
he,
yeah,
He
he's
knew his
great.
shit.
Dude, just real quick, so I'm like Googling because I want to get the track listing up. And I did Alukah and Descending pops up. So you guys are doing something right.
Sick.
Oh, we
Tight.
suck.
We suck again.
We suck again.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we suck again.
I
So
gotta-
as far as like the production goes, it was amazing. It sounds incredible. How do you feel about the album?
I'm very proud of the album, but I think after you like listen to it for so much, and when we've played, I don't know, it's hard to
It
explain.
was just golf.
Oh, you're fine. I was like, okay.
Sorry.
No.
Shit, he hates it already.
Oh God, haven't even listened to it yet. But no, it's just you play those songs for like, because I mean we took a year to write that album, so we've been playing it the whole time. And then when you go to track it, it's finally sick to hear like the tracking. And when you finally get the final mixes, that was like the proud moment, because it was like you hear the raw tracks and you're like, all right, this is cool, like, you know. But then when you finally hear the final mix, you're like, holy shit, this is what we've been like working for. So we're really proud of it. But my thing is, I don't know how about you guys are, but I like to like listen to it and I'll just kind of walk away from it for a little bit. That way I can be like, all right, this is like everything I put into, need to walk away, because like that album for me personally was a very dark album lyrically that I wrote because it was the past couple years of like my best friend Josh dying and then my mom dying and then just all the stress and the bullshit of being on the road and not making money and just all of our shit that we just compiled. So
Well, now I have to say this. And I feel like a dick. One of the questions I had was, what girl did you write this one about?
Did you read the lyrics?
I did not. That was a question from a fan of the podcast.
No, I was going through, I mean, she probably won't even hear this, but I mean, you guys know who I'm talking about. She was going through a lot of issues. So I was in and out of facilities trying to help her out and get her clean, and she's on a better track now, but I was going through that too, as well as dealing with issues. So yeah, but it actually, ironically enough, I didn't write any songs about like her on this album. You think I would, because it was Arabella style to like write about girls. So.
That was the point of the question.
Yeah, so I didn't write any about any girls this time. Next album will be about how much I hate Tim, how I don't like girls. Yeah, so that's that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Tim, I'm sorry, I'm not really up to date or up to speed with the member changes. Were you in the band when they recorded?
So pretty much I hopped in like right around the time of touring last spring. And as soon as we got done with the Gorgasm, Wait Then Cadaver tour, we pretty much got back and we just started writing like crazy.
Do you remember how that came about you joining in the hotel room?
Oh, yeah. I was like really wasted and I was just like, guys, what do I have to do to join the band, man?
Sounds familiar. Can I just play tambourine? Come on, guys.
They were like, well, Tim, we were honestly just waiting to the end of the tour to tell you we'd like you to join the band. And I was like, well, sick.
Yeah.
And that's how Tim had knee problems.
Because you were filling in, right?
Yeah.
Chris couldn't make some of the tour dates and stuff like that, so you'd already been filling in for multiple different shows and shit like that.
He did a couple tours with us
Right.
before.
Yeah. He started off as a fill-in. And
Him and our boy Chris Horton. Shout out to Chris Horton, who plays in a band called Apex. Shout out to that guy because he came and filled in for Dante too for a couple tours.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was at the hotel hammered. Was it the one in New York?
Yeah, I think so.
Natural Light, those Natter days.
Natter days are for the boys.
I don't know about all that. You all can have that.
Dude, got hammered. And yeah, Tim's like, so what's it going to take? We're like, pretty much just going to wait till the end of tour to tell you. But yeah.
So RJ said he's proud, but he could see how it's maybe tougher to listen to like multiple playthroughs. But then again, it's hard because you guys wrote the shit. So of course that's the case.
And you have to play it.
You're not newer, but like, how do you feel about the album?
Dude, it's like my proudest musical recording. Like, it's just so sick to be like a part of like this album, man. I actually listen to it whenever I go for runs just so like I can get hyped about playing it live because I'm just so stoked to get back out there and start playing these new songs, dude.
as
good
you can see,
attitude.
Tim's very negative. So
Most bands, I have a feeling that most bands don't listen to their shit after it's done.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I really don't, but I think like you said, I'm going to get more stoked about it once we get on the road to play it because we've done a couple local shows. I mean, the last local show we played was at Hotel Charles last year in December. That's the last show we've played. We haven't played since December, and now we're here.
I feel like listening to the album now would be more of a bummer.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
this would be sick. Like, we do this live.
Pretty much, because we actually had 2 tours lined up, ready to roll, and we were going to be gone for a couple months, and then just
we would still be on.
we'd be on tour right now, probably. I think a couple
or
of
just coming back one of those. We had another month long.
I'm a soulless drummer in a cover band, and I haven't played a show in forever either, and I listen to our covers, like My Own Worst Enemy, and I'll sit there and play it like I'm at a show. I'm like, I'm still here. I'm still playing, dude.
I'm still getting it.
So for shit you wrote, I can't even fucking imagine.
To be
I'm so
fair, he
bummed.
throws a breakdown in My Own Worst Enemy, so it's actually pretty tight.
You just put it in the halftime. You drop the snare. It's kind of cool.
It's better than the original.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only cover that they have that's better than the original. The rest of them suck, but that one's good.
You get those secret metalheads
Just
at
fuck
the
with them.
bars that are like, respect.
Yeah. Well, that's me, diabetic,
Respect.
and a couple other dudes like, oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Then one old guy that's been there for 9 hours, and it's like 10
It's about
PM.
time someone played some good music.
playing that again.
Yeah. I can't feel my face, but I hear that breakdown, boy. I like it. How you feel, David, about the album?
I'm honestly pretty similar to RJ actually. In fact, I get in like a routine whenever we finish something because like I actually need to take a break altogether because we'll get into modes to where we meet multiple times a week, and you know, that's just like us meeting up, writing together. But like a lot of that stuff, like I mentioned earlier, like Dante and I write on our own time, and then we'll come up with our stuffs, and we don't really write like riffs per se. We write structures, and then we come back and see, you know, where to go from there. So like I'll actually spend plenty of time just by myself just playing. So it's just like I live and breathe guitar. And also with my day job, like I'm always out and about like all day. Like I work 10 to 12 hours a lot. So it's just, I don't know, I need like a just break away from everything. So I'll listen to the album, and then after that, it's more just I want to see people's reactions to it. But I usually don't listen to it too much after that until it's time to actually start practicing for shows and stuff again. I just need a mental break from it all because we're always, this band, like really, this is probably like COVID's probably the most we've actually chilled out, but we've actually never really like stopped doing anything. We're always pushing, going to the next level, trying to. We're always busy, so it's nice to have a little breather,
A mandatory chill out time. Everyone needs it.
I think everybody has. Of course, we're all bitching, or somebody's bitching in their own way about the situation, but I think that has cleared a lot of people's minds and helped people out. And, you know, I think most of these bands and stuff, they're going to come back. Even if they weren't writing, they're going to be able to come back just like, fuck, I've missed this.
Yeah, right.
And I think it's going to make it a hell of a lot better for everybody
I'd
else.
say the first show that everybody goes to afterwards is just going to be like, I'm in it again.
It's gonna
you
be
know?
nuts.
Like,
It's
Fuck,
gonna be
yes,
nuts.
I've missed
Yeah,
this.
It's gonna be like the 80s again, dude.
Dude, I had, just real quick, you said shows. I had tickets to BT Bam, which was a great misdirect.
Yo,
Like-
I wanted to go to that so bad.
Well,
dude.
it's going to happen again. You still have the opportunity, but they had to cancel the show. I even had VIP tickets, which I don't always do, but I've never seen BT Bam offer that. And I'm like, all right, so I've met a couple of guys, but now I get to just sit in a circle and not say anything because I'm going to be too scared to. And just talk to these guys. Like, this is going to be fucking insane. And then it's like, COVID, it's like, nah, that's not happening, bud.
yeah. Danny and I had tickets to see Rammstein at FedEx Field.
See, I wouldn't be about that, but people that want to go to that obviously are fucking stoked. And that sounds pretty tight.
I forgot about that show.
Yeah, I'm pretty
There
bummed.
was a lot of good shows.
Every time
It's
I
got-
want to see him, they're like New York, and I can't make like a extended weekend to
No.
go see that.
I thought it was their first U.S. tour in like years or something.
yeah,
like
last
that.
time I want to say I don't know. I know their first time over here, if I recall. I mean, obviously, don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they played Madison Square Garden, and then they played. I want to say they were in Philly. That was the closest they've ever came to us. Like I could be totally wrong about that, but I remember it was something else. But every time I see him, I don't know. I always feel like it's New York or something, and for them to be at like somewhere super close to us was just amazing. And then
Yeah, I mean, FedEx is right up the street.
I know.
So is that canceled or is that like postponed? Which
Well,
one?
the
Do you
way
know?
they're trying to word things so they don't have to give refunds is everything's going to be theoretically rescheduled, and you just hold on to your tickets.
we
until it
talked
does.
we talked about that, Ticketmaster and a couple of those other big ones.
Even though I bought
Basically
the extended
saying we're not
warranty on
doing
the ticket,
anything.
Live Nation shit.
Live Nation, yeah, that was a big one. Cool. So for all of you guys, if you want to go around, what is your favorite track off the album?
Wait.
I'm sorry, never mind.
Wait a minute. They reviewed the album. Aren't we supposed to review the
Okay,
album?
yeah, let's do that. I've got the track listing up here.
Okay,
All right.
Billy, go ahead.
So I'll go first. So the first song I ever heard was Occam's Razor.
You fucking piece of shit.
That was the first one I got to hear. I don't know if you guys have got to see it, but there's even a video that I sent RJ of my kid headbanging, who was.
sick.
Oh yeah, we saw that.
I
That
don't
was
even
awesome.
think it was a year old because when did you guys record that?
Like
that
last
was
September.
yeah. Well, that was a long. It was we recorded the whole album at once, but that was like the first single off the album.
Right. So whenever that came out, played it, and I was just like, fuck it. So I text RJ immediately. I was like, dude, this is any indication of this album is going to be your best work yet. Right. I absolutely love that song. So when I finally got to hear the album, it definitely proved pretty much what I thought. For the most part, I really, really enjoyed it. For me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. For me, about halfway through after Morning Whiskey, it dropped off. I don't know if you guys feel that way. The first half of the album to me is fucking amazing. It shows really, really mature growth for you guys. Again, so Swarms off the last album, again, my favorite. There was just something about that fucking song. And there was other good songs on the album that I enjoyed. I had the CD, and anytime I truck, I turned it on, the CD was playing. So I enjoyed it. This album, for the most part, it was there, but you do see the growth. And I really, really like that about what I see. So I don't know. We're going to say Tim is the reason, right?
It was Tim.
He wrote everything.
Right.
It was Tim. Yeah, when I got the video, when you
now,
sent
dude.
me, yeah, when you sent me the video, I sent it to the guys. I was like, this homeless dude has his child that he's like forcing to dance to our music. You should see this shit.
This red
Dude,
homeless man.
it's just so great because it's just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then when it kicks in, that's immediately when he's just like, and I'm just like, fuck yeah, dude. So my kid will probably hate metal. That's what my wife wishes. How fucked up is that? She's like, I hope he hates guitar and metal because I'm like, oh, honey, I bought a new guitar. She's like, what about us? What if I want to go on a vacation? I'm like, yeah, but I'm buying this for us. And she's like, how? I was like, well, Liam's probably going to play guitar. I hope he fucking hates it. I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with you?
Have you seen that meme where it's like her credit card goes like this so I can buy this guitar?
Yes. To be fair, I'd buy a lot of it, but she's actually been super supportive. She actually helped me do half this fucking room, which was tight. She thought I'd asked her just to be like, I need help, but I was like, I mean, I am kind of destroying our walls here, so let's do like a husband-wife thing. Let's put the kid down and let's do this.
Don't put the kid down. It's not a dog.
Well, not put him down. Put him down for bed. It's bedtime.
What if he hates BT Bam? Then you put him actually down,
Yeah,
right? Then
that's
you
going to
really
have to
put him
happen
down.
because that's my second favorite band of all time.
plays
He better
Ibanez.
at least appreciate Parallax Part 2, dude. If he doesn't, I don't know.
He plays Ibanez and he hates PRS.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself,
Ongoing
Dad.
joke. So Will Bob played Ibanez, so we've even had stuff on the podcast like Ibanez versus PRS. He played clips, and of course he played clips that weren't real, but because
For
he talked shit on
PRS, I was
PRS.
like, all right, this is Ibanez and PRS, and it was literally like a fart.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's obviously
PRS was a
PRS.
fart because he's
PRS.
like, because literally that's all I talk about. And it's weird because I'm originally from Oklahoma, but I feel partial to Maryland more just because I moved here on my 10th birthday. So now I'm 30 fucking years old. I've been here 20 years. So I'm a Maryland guy, right? And PRS, not only being local, but just amazing fucking instruments. That's all I fucking want. So he hates hearing about it.
What's the PRS company of Oklahoma?
Yeah.
There's nothing there. The first cool thing we got outside of college football was a major league NBA team, and we made it to the finals like second year, and then we haven't done shit since. So there's nothing else out
you
there.
got a normal thing a city gets, like a basketball team.
That was before the combination. Taco
How many
Bell,
NBA
KFC
teams are
was
there?
in.
I'm not a big NBA fan. I wasn't until then.
They got an NBA team in Oklahoma. How
in
old
Oklahoma.
are you? 60? When did they make that? Doesn't like every state have
like
an NBA
8 years
team?
ago. No,
A lot,
They just
but not
got
every
They just
state.
got an
no.
NBA
So
team.
it was a transfer from Seattle. It was like a Seattle team or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Thunder?
Yeah, it's
Oklahoma
OKC Thunder.
Rascals.
There's
The Oklahoma
there's not that many.
Rascals.
There's only like 20 teams, and some there's just like football. There's 3 teams per state or something.
The Oklahoma Silly Gooses.
Anyways, back to the album review. I had one issue that really, really bothered me. You guys can love it or hate it.
Sorry, guys.
Morning Whiskey. The part after you scream did not hit like the original version. It did not hit for me.
Different
I
time
did not
signature.
like it. I did not. I like the additions to it. I know, we went with some spoken word, kind of clean shit for this album. And I thought it was great up until that point, and then I lost it. And maybe that's why I don't like the rest of the album, because I just got disappointed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was disappointed because the first version, I'm like, it was a morning. I'm like, oh fuck yeah. But this one, something about this version, I was just like, morning. I was like, oh, okay, that's it. That's it. It's weird. I have one other point that I really liked about it, but I'm gonna let him do it because he actually said it first. So I'll let you get to that. If you don't say it, I'll say it. But other than that, good album. Again, really, really good growth. I like seeing you guys from the beginning. Of course, member changes I think help. I'm a huge Periphery fan, so another thing he'll talk shit about me about. And I think the addition of like Nolly and Mark Holcomb, if you guys are familiar with them, that was the band. Even though Nolly's not technically a part, he still obviously plays bass.
And
He's
then
such a
boom,
big
P2
personality.
That is the
was
band.
the singer.
His
Nolly was
mixing
on
and
this
shit
album.
like that. That's the band. So for you guys, I think you guys have hit that mark. Danny, obviously, and then
Jim.
sounded pretty fucking good, Jim. So
Jim.
So we should fire everybody.
my album review. Try it again. But yeah, overall, good job, guys. It was a good one.
I need you to listen to other bands that aren't Periphery and BT Bam. I just need you to like look. Just
My favorite band of all time is Alice in Chains. So I listen to them as well.
You're from Oklahoma. That makes sense.
And I listen to Fit for it actually lately, and I'll show you
now
my
your
phone.
favorite band's Fit for an Autopsy, huh?
I will show you my phone. So
I listen to Alukah,
Fit for an Autopsy.
Fit for an Autopsy.
Look, dude.
Alice in Chains.
so
That's it.
I know most people use Spotify. I'm an Apple Music guy myself, but my recent searches are Fit for an Autopsy, The Contortionist, because for some reason I don't have something downloaded, I guess.
Represent.
Yeah, I love the band except for now they suck. I looked up The Collective. I don't think that's a real band. I was looking for somebody else out of North Carolina. It's not a band anymore.
You have to prove yourself, though, Billy. You can type that in all day long. Look, I can look up my Spotify. I looked up Lamb of God.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Fucking the
Metallica.
Beneath
Well,
the
trending,
Massacre.
which has nothing to do with me, is Megan Thee Stallion. What the fuck is that? Lil Durk and Six Lack.
Lil Durk?
You don't know Little Dirk? He probably
Lil
was trying
Durk.
to spell dick.
I think this is
Dicky
supposed to
or
be.
something.
I think this is supposed to be black, but it says Six Lack.
Megan the Stallion. Megan the Savage.
Thee Stallion.
She sings that Savage song, I think.
I listen to other stuff. Look, I've got
Look at all these things that I just found.
Descending and Occam's Razor. For some reason, the iPhone split it. That's the last thing I downloaded.
I'm glad
You
we
had to do an
delved
album
into
review. You
Billy's
just bought it.
insecurities.
Thank you.
Are you done
I
showing
actually
us your
didn't pay
phone?
for it. I got it for free because I paid for the CD. I did pay for the CD. Come on, I did
Your
a
phone's
pre-order.
a tablet, by the way. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's pretty big. All right, Nico, album review.
Yeah, I liked it.
We're growers, not showers.
That's all I got. I liked it. No, it was really good. And since you're a friend that I like basically felt like I grew up with in my late teens and stuff into my adulthood, I take this shit like very seriously, like listening to it. I don't say like, oh yeah, I liked it. It was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it was good.
I wanted you to tear me apart. If
I
you
don't
were
want
gonna-
to. There's no tearing apart. If you caught me when I was
Actually-
like 21, sure, but I try to look at things more objectively with my shitty opinions.
older now. Yeah.
Right? And mind you, I don't have my own original album. I don't have anything, so like anybody could discredit me as fast as they want. But I still
You
have
got
my.
through the motions. Come on now.
I still have my opinions. Damn it. So I'm not gonna pick apart the playlist and shit. The album overall, I listened to the whole thing without stopping because I feel like that's how you need to listen to an album. I really liked it. Production level, I'm not even going to talk about because it was really good. There's nothing to really even talk about there. As far as the music goes and the flow of everything, you guys are like, how I thought about it was you guys are like, you're fucking like right at the doorstep of the shit that I can listen to one song. Like you listen to Thy Art Is Murder, you listen to what is it, Rain and Darkness or whatever. Yeah. You're like, fuck yeah. It catches you and it brings you into the rest of what the band has to offer and stuff. And I'm almost like, I hear every song I listen to is like, fuck yes. But I'm waiting for the holy shit moment.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I gotcha. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
gimmicky necessarily, where you feel like you need that in the song because you guys are obviously writing the shit for yourselves, obviously.
Nah, do it for the chicks, dude.
all the dudes.
You're in the
that turn-
wrong genre, bro. I don't know how long you've been doing this stuff, but I tell you, obviously, I'm not in it anymore.
Tim's like, it'll come.
There's no chicks.
It'll come.
I just got married and said, fuck it. I'm
You
over
don't
with
remember
this
all
shit.
the girls we were just
Dude,
fighting off in Arabella, dude?
not at all. We lost New Jersey, and that's what ended it for us.
3 in each arm, bro.
Yeah,
That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's all we were
That's
doing.
always the funny joke.
I played
too.
bass, so we know those memes too. Sorry, man. You're fucked.
What you gonna do?
No,
Y'all
but-
got rhythm.
Yeah.
Well, he has rhythm. I don't know, but.
yeah, I was terrible.
Billy's got his PRS.
Yeah, you guys are
I've got PS.
literally right fucking there to like, I saw a progression too from your first album that I heard. And then I felt the progression production wise for sure. And then I didn't feel a drop off. It's like it smelled like a small climb upwards. Mind you, you could discredit me as much as you want. I don't have a band. I don't really even listen to metal that much. But when I hear a song that pulls me in, I know what the fuck is incredible, you know? And I think you guys are extremely solid. I'm being very honest with that. And I'm waiting for that fucking song, that one part of a song, just like something that's just going to make me go, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And you guys are so close to the equation. It's like, it's tough. I don't know. I'm getting a little existential with it, but really good album. I'm very proud of all you guys, especially being somewhat local and stuff. That's really fucking cool to see somebody doing something that I like, that I appreciate, and that other people are obviously appreciating and stuff. Billboard, for Christ's sake. I really feel like this next album or this next single or whatever is you guys are gonna fucking go over the top. You're not just going to be the grindy band, in my opinion, that's grinding their asses off. You know, I think you guys will be able to get over that.
It's there. We obviously knew RJ before, but I didn't know you. I didn't know Chris. I played with Jose a little bit. And I played with Danny. I knew Danny, like I've already talked about, but I have definitely seen, like, I thought there was really cool stuff, but it wasn't refined from like you and Dante as well. And then as a guitar player, I've seen it get refined over the years. And it's like, all right, we could do this cool stuff, but now we're doing it well and tastefully. And it's not just like, I could play really cool sweeps in this, We're
all maturing.
And now it's maturing. It's now there's structure, like you talked about. There's structure to these songs. It sounds like there's structures to the solos. There's structures to the leads. And it's starting to pop out now more, and it's starting to sound more like a cohesive thing rather than just like, here's noise coming at you. Not that the other stuff was straight up noise. And I've got a song on the last album that I liked, Morning Whiskey's, probably everybody's favorite at this point. That's probably why you guys put it on the next album. So they're there, but I have definitely seen a growth, and it's definitely cool to see you guys. You're like you said, you're right there. Do you remember the thing you said about RJ? Do I need to say it? Because I'll say it, but I wanted you to get the credit for it because you said it, and I was like, oh, fuck, you're right.
He's lanky and weird.
So here's something we found out. So this is going to kind of segue me into a couple of questions, and then we'll get kind of more on the album stuff again. Nico realized, and then I kind of went back and listened, and then really listened critically. This is the first time you've actually ever been recorded well.
Yeah. Yes. Really? I remember that now.
We have listened between Arabella and every album you've done. It has been, no offense, shit.
Yeah.
Because live, you are ridiculous.
Thanks.
And I've got, friends and stuff that, we're friends of Arabella and stuff. Like, RJ is probably one of the sickest metal vocalists I've ever fucking heard in my life. But nobody has been able to capture that recording. Yeah. Whoever the fuck this Christian guy is, did it. And it is much better on this album. Thanks. Because that's one thing that's been lacking. You sound great. Everybody sounds great. It's cool stuff. Whoa, what the fuck did you just do? And it's like, that's not the RJ I know. This was the first album, I think, literally, Arabella, everything in between. This is the first album we actually like heard RJ for RJ.
Let's not get it twisted. That was my compliment.
It was. I tried to give him the chance. I tried to give him the credit.
Don't take my shit.
Well, thank you.
With that, though, it kind of sucks that he did such a good job, but I do have a question, and I don't know if you guys are able to answer this or if you know even the answer. When it comes time for recording, are you guys able to say we want to record with such and such person, or is that kind of given to you guys? Like, this is who you're going to go record with? How does it work? Obviously, I've never been signed to a label or anything. How did it work, at least for this last album?
Certain contracts kind of specify it, I guess, but for our contract, it was kind of open. Like we talked with Mike at Stay Sick about where we wanted to go and stuff like that, and he was recommending, I can't remember the guy's. He's the drummer in Body Snatcher, which is on Stay Sick.
Okay,
that's another band on their label, another big band. But he's in Florida, and we were like, yeah, that'd be sick to do, because he was also in a band called King Conquer, if you remember that band. He's the drummer for that band, and he does really crazy good work. But we got talking, and the more we were writing, we were like, I mean, this album would, because he does like deathcore stuff, which we kind of fit into, but we're like, we would really like to go to like Christian. Dante had brought up, I think, Christian Donaldson as the idea, and we know he can be pricey, but he's the man when it comes to like what we would want, and we're just hoping that if we throw it out there, the label will be cool with it. And we were like, hey, we think Christian Donaldson would be sick. It's in Quebec. I mean, it's a little bit closer. I mean, it's like the same distance, honestly. I mean, if we drive to Florida, we can drive to Quebec. And we just shot it out there, and sure enough, Mike was just like, sure, go for it. So, and again, obviously things turn out good. It sounds great. I have not once heard from you out of all the albums you've done, at least with you guys, because you guys have done bigger things than we've done. I haven't heard Will Putney yet. It's been brought up.
Okay.
Has been brought up.
It's been brought up.
Does that come down to price or just availability, or
probably a little bit of both?
Okay.
Honestly. I mean, he's a very busy guy and also a very expensive guy.
I believe it. You listen to his shit. It's
like
worth
going
every
through
penny.
Joey Sturgis or something, you know, like.
Yeah.
So is that? Do you think that might be end goal? Not maybe end goal, because obviously hopefully it's not your last
Keep going.
album.
Yeah, I
but
wanna keep going,
is
yeah.
that like the height of it? You think is that something you guys want to reach for at some point in your career?
Honestly, I wouldn't even want to put that type of barrier around it. I think we just, for me personally, we'll just do what we want to do, honestly. And if that's, I mean, we are all fans of what he does. Absolutely. We wouldn't mind working with him. I mean, I just want to be open-ended with it, you know, because you never know.
Right.
I'd love to work with Will Putney.
I'm sure
Honestly,
you would.
Christian killed
Literally,
it too.
most of your favorite albums came out of his studio.
Yeah.
IR, Fit, everything.
Dude,
you know?
Molotov Solutions Insurrection
Dude,
album.
even Every Time I Die, when I started looking into him some more, I'm like, fuck, he did all of this. Like, I got his Kemper pack, and I'm just going through the list. I'm like, wait, that's a band I know, because he won't put like, this is Every Time I Die stuff. So he'll put like, even for Die Hard, this tone is Holy War. And it's like, well, duh, who the fuck is that, right?
Yeah,
You know,
right.
so like you know it. So that's the only way he'll label it. He won't say it's Cyrus Murders from this song, but it's just like, this is the listing. And so that's his post sound too. Like, this is the final sound from the album, basically, without naming the album, but obviously everybody can figure it out. So
He did End. He did 4 Year Strong's newest album.
dude, that End shit is sick. We talked about it briefly on this channel, and I didn't know they've been around for a while.
They've been around.
I thought that was brand new. Like, so,
Isn't
Metal
he the
Injection.
guitarist for that band too?
Yeah.
He's a guitarist for that. It's got the vocalist of Counterparts,
Yeah.
and there's a couple other members I
Dillinger
can't remember.
Escape Plan
Yeah,
members.
dude, it's sick as fuck.
They played a vape shop in Virginia a couple years ago when they first got started.
Yeah, I was actually
Dude,
at that show.
Yeah.
Really?
Couldn't even fit into the vape shop. Like,
Yeah, he even some recent interviews I've seen of him, like, you know, I think everybody knows, most people that are into the music or even give a fuck slightly about music production, they know who Will Putney is, right?
Oh, for sure.
And then so and in his interviews or stuff about music production, he doesn't talk about it too much, but he's just wearing an End hat. Like, he's all about that fucking band. It's tight as fuck. So that's how I found out they were a little older, because I saw like a 4-year-old video. I was like, whoa, I thought End was like this year. And I'm like, fuck, no, they've been around for a while. So I started watching music videos, like, fuck, this shit is tight. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, so that's awesome. Questions on possibilities of like features on the album. Was there any talks of like ever at any point, like maybe another guitar player for like a solo, or like a vocalist to come out and do a sweet spot part or something? Or
I know there's vocalists. I don't know.
I don't know about guitars.
you guys seem to cover it, but also, you know,
Yeah.
bands like Periphery.
I mean,
I gotta bring them up because Nico loves when I do it.
I
They get
honestly-
awesome guitar players too.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't mind Brandon Ellis.
Dude, that would be so crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Brandon Ellis either. Like, come on, man.
So I had two people that I really wanted on the album. We just couldn't do it.
Okay.
Well, I wanted Mark Hunter from Chimera. I really wanted Mark Hunter, but I think right when we were recording, I don't know if you guys were big into Chimera, but he had just gotten through throat cancer surgery or something like that. He had just he had just got cleared of cancer. So I mean, it was a good thing for him because he got cleared of it, but I didn't really want to ask that right after that situation. I thought that'd be kind of rude.
Yeah.
And then
Hey, congratulations. You want to do the song?
yeah, congrats.
I heard you're better. Do a feature.
Yeah. And then the other one I really wanted was Des Fafara from Devil Driver,
Okay.
but it's just he's like up here and he's super busy too, so it just didn't work out.
Do you guys know how that would work? Have you guys ever had those discussions? Like, do they record it in their own studio setup of some sort?
We'd pretty much we would have management reach out, or the label would reach out to them, go, hey, this is the track, these are the lyrics. We'd kind of work it out through, I guess, email and stuff like that. Tell him the parts and how much time. He'd give us a price. We give him the price, and then we have to pay for his studio time and the price. So that's normally how.
A lot of people have their own home setups, though.
Yeah, I mean, people like that could probably just record
Higher
it.
up people do, or they've got something close. You know, we've got 4 studios around here at least that I can name that you can obviously rent, or your best friend's got a decent setup.
Yeah,
right here. You guys need to record.
What's going on? So the album, the latest album's called Ascending.
Descending.
Sorry,
Descending.
So Descending's out. You guys did great with the chartings. Next album, are we talking about it? Are we writing it? Is somebody like fucking around right now? I know it's a weird time with COVID and stuff.
Why are you looking at me?
Everybody
I talked about you writing the shit.
So I mean, I can't speak for Dante. I know I've picked up guitar and I've been trying to like play and everything. I know we're definitely trying to Like, I mean, it's definitely been talk about writing.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of really when, honestly.
So you're kind of like, good.
Yeah, we all have just been very busy, honestly, lately. I mean, the whole COVID thing, and then Dante is actually a music teacher. And, they just opened up, so he doesn't have much free time, but it's definitely coming. I mean, we're going to probably pump something out rather quickly, too.
There are riffs. Put those riffs.
So you're just banking whatever you can, basically.
Plus, we actually just recently started practicing again, so.
True.
You just released an album too.
Yeah.
Are you guys on like an every 2 year kind of thing right now though, right? Does this sound about right?
Kind of how it's flowing, yeah.
Has it been a little quicker? I feel like it's been decently quick. You know, we'll talk and you go, dude, we're going to the studio, and I'm like, fuck, I feel like I just listened to the recent album.
When we released Defining, we didn't really expect much because we got signed under Legend for that album.
Right,
and then we did a couple tours with that, and then just on the fucking off chance, we played with Attila at Baltimore Soundstage, and that same night we played.
What an awesome venue.
Yeah,
how was that? I'm sorry, let me stop you. How was that? Because I've never played there.
Dude, Soundstage is the best
amazing
venue in Baltimore.
Because it's one of my favorites to go to, and I haven't played. Were we supposed to play there one time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that one show. All right.
Yeah.
Off camera talk. But anyways.
The sound system there is so great. The staff are all professionals. Like, I can't
That's awesome.
speak fondly enough of Soundstage.
Anyways, continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, dude. But we played the show thinking it was just a typical, like, we opened for a bigger band kind of show. The pay to play shit. We paid fucking tickets. We had tickets in advance. We sold them.
Fuck.
We played with Attila. We got off stage, but it was Attila, Volume, Spite, a couple other big Suicide Silence.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we played this show.
I never even heard this show.
Well, we played this show at Soundstage, and the first song in, they straight up came up to us and were like, yo, your set's got to get cut. It's not 25 anymore. It's 20. And just to be safe, we're like, fuck it, 4-song set.
It's pretty standard to do 5 minutes, like, under your allotted time, just to make sure that everything runs smoother.
Yeah. So we're up there playing, and like halfway through the first song, we noticed Suicide Silence is up side stage watching us, like, and they're like batting each other because up on where you're looking at from Soundstage, it's this huge stage that looks out into the crowd. But if you look to the right, it's this big, you just go down.
It's a ramp.
Yeah, it's a ramp that you go down to these steps where the green rooms and everything are. And it's like this big cape that blocks everything off. So no one in the crowd can see what we can see side stage. But we see Suicide Silence and Volumes and a couple of the other bigger bands.
So boners are popping. Yeah,
we're
like, you guys are like, shit.
But we got to be cool because we're mid-set. So we'll
hide the boner.
Yeah, hide the boner. And then by like the end of the second song, Franz comes up on stage and is just like, yo, what the fuck? So he watches the whole set. And afterwards, we basically get off stage. We load we fucking haul ass. And the next thing you know, people are like, yo, Franz, you got to go talk to Franz. Like, he wants to talk to you guys. I'm like, about what? He was like, I don't fucking know. Go talk to him. So we go over and talk to him, and I was like, hey, dude, I'm fucking nervous. I don't know what to say to this guy. You wanted to see me. Like,
you on MTV once.
Yeah. We're all awkward.
Yeah. I was just like, hi, dude. Like, thanks for letting us be on your show. And he's like, yeah, dude. And he was super polite. And I was like, we should do stuff. We should do stuff. As if that's like something that you say.
You got trivia crack, bro?
Yeah. And he was just like, yeah, it's cool. Where's your phone? And I was like, here. So I gave him my phone. He put in his email and his information. He was like, do you have management? I said, yeah. He's like, let's work something out. And I was like, holy shit. So we get done, forward it to management. Chris, our manager, he's like, all right, I'll message him and, get stuff, kind of work out something for you guys. I don't know.
They had like a phone call, I think, too.
They had like a phone call. We really didn't know much because it was super vague at the time. We didn't expect nothing of it, really, but we were still touring, and then we did the big Soulfly tour under Defining. That was when we did the Defining Torment tour. We met up with Soulfly, Cataclysm, and Insight, and did that for a week and a half. And by the third or fourth day in of Canada, or when we're in Canada with Soulfly, we get like an email going, you guys are getting a contract to stay sick. Like they're negotiating it right now. We're like, oh shit. And we negotiated, got an attorney involved, our attorney William down in Texas. And after a couple revisions and everything, we signed. And
it's so awesome to hear because I can't remember how many times we played shows, even us, and even before I joined with you and Nico, where we do these fucking pay-to-play fucking shows, and then we also paid to be closer, basically, to the headliner. Like, what is off chance that maybe somebody wants to watch us, and now you're kind of like living proof of it actually happened. Not saying go fucking do pay to play all the time, because we also know how much that sucks.
We didn't expect
But the fact that and you never do. You hope and you want it. We would play the show at Thy Art, and it's like, and you even took lessons that show from CJ, right? So it's like, maybe they'll check us out this time, and maybe they'll like at least say, hey, good job. That's all I want. I'm not expecting anything, but for you to pay to play, go to the show. Now you got 3 bands watching you, and one of them says, hey, I'm going to sign you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's insane. That's awesome.
And like our set was cut to like almost nothing.
And you were cut, right? So you had to fucking go, oh, what the fuck do we do?
And we had 0 sound check, nothing, because they were having
it was a line check.
It was a meet and greet VIP. The show even started a little bit later too. So it was just like almost everything that can go wrong kind of was going wrong.
Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we got this contract, negotiated it, and revised it a couple times, and the next thing we know, but basically we hadn't even really been writing by then either, though. But we were like, yo, if we're getting a contract, we really need to, like, once we get done with this tour, we need to go home and just start grinding out an album. Like, it's how we have to do this, because if we get a contract, they're gonna want something. Yeah. So that's what we did. We got home off Soulfly, and I think we wrote half the album then we did the Wake in the Cadaver tour. We went on tour for a month across the country, and then we came back and finished it then. Then we planned stuff with Christian and went up there to record. So
this was also our quickest written album too. Like in general though, like I feel like it definitely wasn't rushed, and it just felt really well put together. I feel like our last album took like a full year to write. I feel like this one was kind of condensed down in like 3 months of just constant, but we didn't feel rushed.
We didn't have the pressure though. I mean, when we recorded Defining, it was more like we're not under a label. You have no pressure when you're under a label. If you're still technically like a local band like we were, there was no pressure to do anything. You can go at your own pace. But now that we have contracts and legal involved, it's like you kind of have to get your shit straight.
I think musicians probably go through that too as well, though. You're going to have those bands that are going to be able to pump it out real quick, and then you got bands that just not happening. Whether it's writer's block or just no inspiration whatsoever.
I mean, even in this band,
touring schedules, shit like that, it's going to happen, I think,
Yeah, even with this band, like Dante's one of those guitarists, man. He just craps out riffs left and right. And me, like, it's just like, I just think of a theme and kind of go off of it. And I got to I'm a homework guitarist. I want to sit at home and then I'll come with something I'm proud of. Like Dante is just like, it's awesome.
Yeah. Good on you. I've been playing for 20 years and I still haven't written one full song. So good. You were saying?
I was just going to say, I feel like Occam's Razor didn't come together until like 2 weeks before we left or something like that. But that's like one of the biggest bangers on the album in my opinion.
Liner note, Occam's Razor was like the last song we wrote on the album because we needed one more song and we literally shit it out in like.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like the
Again, nothing against the rest of the album, but that is, when I heard that, RJ said, this isn't our best. I disagree. That's the best song on that fucking album.
That was a pressure song. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a Dante groove song right there.
Wow.
So now we know.
So now I got one from you and one from Dante that I love.
More grooves, more breakdowns, more stuff for the next album.
How many more breakdowns? Like, is there breakdowns in Occam's Razor?
No, it's more just like
groovy.
It's just groovy.
Yeah, groove.
Yeah.
It's just the chug of the chug, it's just fucking tight.
That's what makes me do this right here when I'm just like Bob, and that's what makes me do that.
When you just get those like gallops and shit going and just that groove going.
It has that same like kind of aggressive groove that like Catharsis has. You know what I'm saying?
Does anybody here play Rocket League? Because I need a better teammate. Does anybody play Rocket League?
All right, I am
but I'm not
almost diamond.
We'll get in there. We'll figure it out. Because you can't be worse than him.
What is diamond?
I don't fucking know. I'm terrible.
It's a rank.
I'm really fucking
It's a
bad.
rank that I boosted.
Nico's been carrying me, and then he just gave up.
Is it like Call of Duty?
No, it's race. It's RC cars with soccer. You know what the fuck it is. Stop playing games.
what
Come
is
on,
it?
man.
I don't play kid games, dude. I play car soccer with my friends.
I play school
Adult-
car soccer, dog. I
adult
play
game.
Lego Island, dog.
I don't play, like Roblox, Legos. Yeah, I mean, I don't play that shit.
He knows what it is. He's got a brother who's obviously heavy into games.
I had never heard of that game though. He doesn't play. He's playing The Last of Us 2 right now.
I'm jealous. I sold my PlayStation. I want to play it. You guys gamers?
Dude, I'm currently playing Sekiro. so hard.
I've
dude.
heard good
so
things.
hard.
I've never
but I
played it.
love it because like you can totally like when you get better, you're like, yes, I'm finally getting it.
I was
Yeah,
a big
that's a
Dark
hard
Souls
game.
player, so I
Same.
definitely feel that.
Same.
Love that.
Shadow of War, anybody?
You still play that?
Lord of the Rings. Oh, yeah.
That started.
He's been playing it for 10 years now.
You guys, so for those of you two actual gamers, you guys, PC or console?
PS4 for me.
PS4, obviously,
See,
with
I
Last of
actually
Us.
switched to PC, but I've had both an Xbox and PlayStation.
I've got both Xbox and PC. I had a PlayStation, but I sold it for a second Xbox.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, there was a really good Black Friday sale on like one of those like really high-end PCs. So I bought
Nice.
it and
Nice.
added to it, and I've really enjoyed it. Once you play everything like 200 frames, it's just like you
Yeah.
can't go back.
No,
You
it's
just
tough.
can't.
It's tough.
Do you play Animal Crossing, Billy?
No,
No?
no, that was on the Switch. I sold that too because I
Not a
fucking never
gamer.
I
touched
do
it.
like the Switch though.
Switch is
I
fun.
couldn't get into it.
It is
Okay.
perfect on the road.
It's so
man.
good for
Seriously.
touring.
I
Literally-
was playing Diablo and all kinds of stuff on the road, man.
When
Especially
my
when we were
kid,
recording.
see, that makes sense because when my kid was born, that was like he was in the hospital for a month. He was born premature, so I sat in the hospital just like because we can't see him all the time. He's in a NICU, so it's just like, all right, I'll play some Switch. So even about like Let's Go Pikachu. I was playing Skyrim, and what sucks is and actual gamers would probably hate this, but I had never played Skyrim until I played it on the Switch, so I've never got like an actual good experience.
How dare
but I was
you,
enjoying
loser.
it. How
Dare you?
Fucking loser.
God.
So it was, but it was fun. And then after he came home, I was like, this thing's collecting dust. And I had a coworker that's
Yeah,
like,
I don't
I
play
want
it
it.
either. Like it's
But
perfect
save it for
when
the
we're
road.
on
Yeah,
It's like-
absolutely. That's
it's
perfect.
amazing.
Your kid's
That's what
gonna
people
grow
need.
up.
That's what Danny needs when he's bored because he knocked everything out in one day.
He was playing, what was he playing? He was playing World of Warcraft
Something
the whole
like
time.
that.
Oh, yeah, he brought his
World of
laptop.
Warcraft the whole day.
That's all he needs.
Smart,
That's
smart.
all he
Dude, I
needs.
was just screaming
I forgot
"fuck
mine.
the Alliance" at him the entire time.
He's Alliance.
I don't know what
No,
he
no,
was.
he's-
I
he's
just know.
undead.
I just know
He's
Corpse
Horde.
Grinder
I got
is
you.
not a fan of the Alliance, so I go with what Corpse Grinder says.
I forgot about that, dude. That's so funny.
He's Horde. He's okay.
He's alright. He's alright.
Cool. So I got one question for you that I meant to ask at the very beginning. I just realized I saw it. What do you guys do outside of work? So we obviously got some gaming. Is there anything that you guys are like super into that maybe somebody doesn't know about you? And like, because you obviously play guitar, you sing, bass, guitar, whatever, some video games. What else is there to know about you? What do you do outside of work? Because you got a normal job and then you got band.
Dave's
So,
into pup play.
what is it? Pup play?
Play.
Pup play? You never heard of pup play, dude?
No.
Alright, House and change. Fucking Jesus.
Look it up later. You're going to be very upset.
He's laughing. I don't think I want to look it up.
It's where they dress up like puppies and stuff like. It's like
Oh,
horse-
jeez.
Don't try to-
No.
don't
That's
try
what
to-
you're into?
Don't try to explain that to him.
What? They don't have that in Oklahoma.
Is that like periphery?
What else you got?
Honestly, I really don't know, man. Like it's,
No
I ju-
hobbies outside of
I
this?
just work a lot.
He's a
And then-
musician, bro.
And then music is basically full time.
Right.
And then play video games when I can. Yeah, it sounds pretty lame now. I kind of want to cry now, but that's that's life, dude.
You're a legit musician. It's nothing.
Wait till you get married and have kids. Then you're fucked.
You could be like me and make candles that smell like lemon grass.
Dude, I'm
And
actually
lavender.
about,
Don't forget
And one
lavender.
quarter lavender.
honestly.
It's not hard.
Dude,
and it
I always
kinda
like
sucks,
the
but I
ones
like it.
that smelt like Christmas trees. I always thought those were the best candles, dude.
You
I
like
like
pine
incense,
stuff?
too.
Yeah, dude.
What do you do in your spare time, Tim, when you're not around us?
So I'm pretty much just playing guitar and bass all the time. I'll have the occasional video game break, and then I'll go for runs. Like I did like 6 miles this morning. I was pretty sick.
I think the last time I did 6 miles was never. I think I ran a mile in high school.
I ran a mile cumulatively in the past like year or so.
Past couple of years, yeah.
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 6.5, whatever.
Cool.
Dude. Not a big deal.
Skinny Mini? Newly vegan?
Yeah, well, yeah, because the quarantine shit I had, because I got the health shit now.
Right, right.
So I'm kind of boring too. I watch a lot of stand-ups. Netflix that shit up. That Eric Andre special just came out.
Dude, I started
Is it
watching.
good?
Oh my god!
I saw the thing. I was like, I'm gonna have to say this
You're-
because the wife might want to see this
You're
too.
gonna have to decompress afterwards because
If you're a fan of unconventional comedy,
Yeah.
you will love it.
it's an hour of just this. I had to walk away for an hour after and like just decompress from how fucking wild he was. But
I mean, he's got memes about him that are literally like not even a joke. That's exactly the shit he says. Like
you should
know.
watch the Larry King interview with him.
There's a Larry King
he did
interview
a
with
Larry
him?
King
Oh my
interview.
God.
It's off the fucking rails.
Wow.
But yeah, I go running too. Like I run every day after work. Like I said, I'm kind of boring though too. I watch stand-ups, and my brother just got me an Xbox One, so I'm gonna start to get games.
Tight.
My gamer tag is Poop Toast 666. If anybody,
That's real.
That's a real one.
Poop Toes 666.
My
Okay.
my gamer icon is a unicorn with a bunch of rainbows. So if you see that's me.
Well,
so
you-
you got that gamer tag. I'm Poop Toast 667.
Oh, that makes sense.
Dick.
You like to cook too, right?
I do. I love cooking now.
And
'cause
now you have to learn new recipes.
I have to
'cause-
learn new recipes because I basically went vegetarian and went sober. So, yeah.
Well, that's good. I can't talk too much shit. You probably feel great while I feel like shit every day with massive heartburn and stomach issues. So it's fun.
Yeah, that is cool.
Cool.
I mean, it's not bad. I have a dog. His name's Jake. He's cool. Licks his balls.
Shout out to Jake.
Shout out to Jake.
Shout out to Jake.
Licks his asshole.
He humps all of his friends.
He humps all my friends who come over. Shout out to Jake. Big Jake out there.
Big Jake. Big Jake.
Big Jake Okerson.
All right. So I think that about wraps it up.
What do you do in your spare time, Billy?
This. Work. You got a kid.
That's all the time we have.
Got a kid. That's all the time we have. But yeah, no. So appreciate you guys. Ugh, fuck.
Thanks for having us on, Billy.
Thanks for having us. Hey, thank you guys for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. Again, just kind of reiterate, super proud of you guys. It's really awesome to see. Can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys. If you haven't yet checked out Descending from Alukah. Goddamn, I got it right. Dude,
You
I
got
wanted
it
to say
right.
Alukah
Proud of
so bad.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Alukah Official, Alukah MD, all that fun shit.
We'll link it all in the description for you guys.
YouTube's, all the videos.
You guys have a YouTube? Just an Alukah
Yeah,
YouTube?
Yeah.
I had one quick question. What is with this MD shit? Arabella made sense. Why did you have to do it for Alukah as
Because
well?
we were getting tagged in terrorist videos.
Perfect. All right, that makes
There's
perfect
also
sense.
another band too that
Is there?
dropped off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you used to look up Arabella back in the day, it was an Arctic Monkeys song, right?
and a
Something
pirate
like that.
girl.
Yeah, so it was hard to find us, and literally still today, the only way to find any of that shit is Arabella MD. So makes sense. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for checking us out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Go like their page, check them out, and yeah, have a great night, day, whatever you watch this. Cool.
You didn't say your name.
I was gonna say,
my
dude,
bad.
I've watched it enough to know what you guys
dude.
do.
Dude.
I'm Chief Redbeard, and who are you?
And this is Alukah, and I'm Nico. Thanks for watching.
Tight.